So there's the connection between the brain and the body. Then there's the interface between the being and the brain and the body, which brings that into another layer of healing to do with the being and spiritual. And also along with that, there is the connection to the subtle realms, the higher self, whatever you want to call that part of you, that the higher self. This becomes in interplay. And you are much more a viewer, but you are still relating to the body, you are connected to the body, but not in the way you were before. Before you were the intellect or the mind. Now you're just watching these waves of energy crashing through the brain on the shores of consciousness. Consciousness is awakening, and breathe. It's letting those energies release, letting your organs release, letting your brain release. We will be working with holographic breathing. There will be a description, there will be a demonstration of that. There will be a guided meditation where I teach that and we take it further. I will be talking about, or we will be using holographic breathing to help enhance the connections between the organs, the digestion, and the brain. And how the different organs and different energetic systems connect to the different areas of the brain, and how trauma or illness have subdued these connections, and by reinstating the organic connections between the body and the brain, it brings health back to the body. So many diseases, illnesses, chronic fatigue, digestive problems, maybe, all diseases can come about by that connection being traumatized or broken in some way. And by connecting these pathways and energetic systems back up to the brain, those different illnesses, tiredness, stress, aggravated energies start to clear as that communication starts happening. But we have to take it further than that. When we're working with the brain in this way, we also can't help but start interfacing with the way our being interfaces with the brain and what we consider to be our identity. Most people in their normal mode, they are their identity and they are running unconscious. They're not aware of their brain and what their brain's doing. But as we become aware of the brain, you have to become aware of where you're viewing for. You are no longer, the identity is housed in the brain. And when we start viewing the brain, we start viewing the identity. So we are no longer that. We are no longer the identity. We're no longer the ego. And we start becoming more aware of our being or ourself or the viewer. So we start viewing the brain and these connections with the body, and just by coming out of the picture, rather than we are the identity and all of the blockages are unconscious, we become the viewer, and automatically those connections start working and the energy starts traveling through them, and the brain starts waking up and becoming more aware. And we heal deeply in that place, and many diseases just dissolve, because we were the problem, or where we were standing was the problem, because we were the identity. We were blind in the brain. We couldn't see the wood for the trees. So as we work with this, we start more viewing the brain, the energies of the brain, the different systems, connections to the brain. We're viewing that. But then also what comes into play is the connection between the being, or the connections between the being and the brain and the body. And that brings another level of healing. So it's not just the organs. Well, we're not just working with the organs, we're working with the organs, the digestion, also the muscles, the bones, all of the different systems and how they connect the brain, the areas of the brain, the different cells of the brain, how this all energetically connects up. So there's the connection between the brain and the body. Then there's the interface between the being and the brain and the body, which brings that into another layer of healing to do with the being and spiritual. And also along with that, there is the connection to the subtle realms, the higher self, whatever you want to call that part of you, that the higher self. This becomes in interplay. And we will be doing a meditation, and I will teach a holographic breathing in this video, and we will work with this, but we're working with this in depth in a 6-part webinar series that you can join, where we work with all of the different organs, all of the different areas of the body, all of the different systems, and the brain, the cerebrum, the cerebellum, the central brain complex, the different cells of the brain, the different energies, and how they all communicate. That is the emphasis of that webinar series. And I do this as a meditation for myself, because I've always had a terrible digestion, and it heals my digestion and clears it. And it is a lovely feeling, noticing that, you can feel it in the body, you can feel it healing in the body. And then when you feel it connecting into the brain, and the different areas of the brain and the different cells, and how each different system relates into a different way into the brain, then that's like, oh, that's amazing. You can feel it healing, you can feel it working, you can feel it breathing, you feel the whole brain healing, you feel the brain-body connection healing. But then comes this bit, it's not complete. It's like, oh, what happens next? And then there's how the being is connecting to the brain and to the body. And then that's like another layer of healing. And then the connection to the higher self. So that this can deeply clear entrenched patterns and illnesses, not just from this lifetime, but from all lifetimes. And holographic breathing, which is what we are using in this, interfaces together. It brings all of this together. You work with all of these different levels, and that is what I enjoy doing. That is how I've healed myself of Lyme disease and many different things. Really, I think I should be dead. I should have died of Lyme's disease, but I channeled holographic breathing, came to me in meditation, and I've been teaching it ever since, and it's helped me heal the Lyme disease and probably many other things as well. I've just stayed healthy. So there is that video series, that live webinar series. There are the recordings from it as well. There's a link below to that. And we're just going to do a short meditation where I will teach holographic breathing. And we will work with the organs and brain in that, just to get a really nice feel of that, all the organs, the brain and the being and the higher self, the earth, you know, integrate those different parts of ourselves. All right, so holographic breathing. So I'll describe holographic breathing, I will demonstrate holographic breathing, then we'll do the meditation. In holographic breathing, the lips are relaxed and closed. The upper surface of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. On the in-breath, the jaw is gently opening, and on the out-breath, the jaw is gently closing. It's a small motion of the jaw, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. About half a finger width, a few millimeters, but that movement of the jaw is done with the lips closed. The lips don't open when the jaw opens. The lips stay closed. The jaw opens on the in-breath. The jaw closes on the out-breath. I will demonstrate it. You may not notice much, but you will notice that the jaw, that the lips are not opening with the jaw. But you probably will notice that it's a very relaxed breathing. And yeah, that the lips don't breathe. It's meditative. So let me just drop that back a bit, so I'm not out of the picture as I sit up now. Go back. Okay. So I will just do a few breaths. And instantly, there's an instant hit. It just, this energy starts traveling through me. It's a profoundly, profoundly healing breathwork modality. Deeply, deeply healing. If all you do is learn holographic breathing from this video and practice that, it will transform your life. Okay, so if you're new, it's good to do it seated, because if you pass out or go to sleep or phase in and out and miss some of the instructions, then you won't be doing holographic breathing. You have to be doing everything right for it to start working. You get everything in place, then there's an activation, and then it's just natural. It's just natural, working naturally on its own. But if you miss any of the instructions, then you're not doing it. So it's important, if you're new, to be aware through the beginning part to the activation. It's good to be seated so that you don't pass out or go to sleep in that. If you do go to sleep, just play the video again, play that part again. All right, we will start closing your eyes and gently breathing. If you know holographic breathing, doing holographic breathing. If you don't, just breathing naturally and gently. And to start off with, before we do the holographic breathing, we're going to bring in some resources. So breathing gently and sending a smile, sending some energy to the earth and allowing the earth to say hello back. And notice what that feels like through your body and through your energies. And then sending a smile to the higher self and the beneficial energies. The beneficial energies are any beneficial higher energies, teachers, divine energies that you wish to work with. And allowing the higher self and the beneficial energies to say hello back. And notice what that feels like through your body. And asking the earth, the higher self, the beneficial energies to be with you through this whole meditation as your guide, as your inner healing resource, so that you are whole unto yourself. And breathe. So now we are going to start with holographic breathing. The lips are relaxed and closed. The tongue is relaxed and on the roof of the mouth, and it's the upper surface of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And as much as feels comfortable, maybe half an inch, or the whole tongue on the roof of the mouth. Whatever feels comfortable. And the breath is through the nose. So with the lips closed and the tongue on the roof of the mouth, we're going to gently move the jaw up and down, just to get the experience that you can move the jaw with the lips closed. So just gently bouncing the jaw up and down, just a small kind of chewing motion, bouncing it up and down, so you get the experience that you can move the jaw and keep the lips closed. And then slowing that down, so the jaw is gently opening, the jaw is gently closing, small motion with the lips closed. And then when you feel ready, as the jaw is gently opening, allowing the breath to come in through the nose. And as the jaw is closing, allowing the breath to leave through the nose. So the jaw relaxes open. This draws the breath in through the nose. The jaw relaxes closed. This lets the breath leave through the nose. Feels like a bellows. As the jaw relaxes open, the breath comes in. As the jaw gently closes, the breath naturally exhales through the nose. The lips stay closed all of the time. The tongue stays relaxed on the roof of the mouth all of the time. So on the in-breath, the teeth are separating, they're coming apart. On the out-breath, the teeth are coming back together. But they just float together. There's no stress. You're not tightening the jaw. They just gently float together, just touching, or they can stay slightly apart. But at no point do you tighten the jaw. Breathing in, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out, the jaw relaxes closed. Okay, we're going to change the gestalt now that the breathing is working. Maybe quite physically, but it's working. We're going to change the gestalt now, being aware of the breath coming in through the nose, and as the breath comes in, the jaw relaxes open. As the breath leaves through the nose, the jaw relaxes closed. So rather than the jaw moving the breath, now the breath is moving the jaw. Breathing in, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out, the jaw relaxes closed. As the chest opens, the breath comes in, the chest opens, the jaw relaxes open with it. Breathing out, the chest closes, the jaw closes with it. We are integrating it into the whole body. As the abdomen opens, the jaw relaxes open. As the abdomen closes, the jaw relaxes closed. You can feel it right down into the pelvis. As the pelvis is opening, the jaw relaxes open on the in-breath. On the out-breath, the pelvis is closing, the jaw is relaxing closed. Feel your whole torso, right from the pelvis up to the top of the torso, opening on the in-breath, closing on the out-breath. Notice in a very subtle way the whole face has started to breathe. The brain has started to breathe. The cranium has started to breathe. The spine, whole body has started to breathe. Everything is breathing. The arms, legs, hands and feet are breathing. Excuse me. Everything is breathing. Deep, relaxed, very nurturing breath. Notice you can feel your abdomen. You can feel your organs breathing. The start of the organs of the tongue. And the start of the digestion is the tongue. Notice the tongue connecting to the brain. Notice that energy. You go into a different level of consciousness as you become aware of the tongue connecting to the brain. The very bottom of the digestion is the rectum. Notice the rectum connecting to the brain. As you become aware of the rectum, You feel this energy releasing up through your body, through the spine and up into the brain. And the whole digestion and organs connect in the same way to the brain. You can feel energies, stored energies releasing from the digestion, from the rectum, from the tongue into the brain. You feel these whooshing energies releasing through your brain. And you have to relax the back of your neck. Let the energies go through your neck, through your throat, through your neck, through your brain. This wave after wave releasing on the shores of consciousness. As it goes through the brain, you become much more of a viewer, and there's a release because you're no longer the identity. You're watching these waves of energy releasing through your brain. Healing your brain, healing your digestion, healing your organs, healing your whole body. And it'll also start working through your muscles and bones and joints and spine and skeleton. Different releases from your body, releasing over and over through your brain, especially from the sacrum, from the rectum. Houses the kundalini, and as the digestion and organs start releasing, you get these energies from the rectum and sacrum releasing up through all of the vertebrae, through all of the organs, through the face, through the brain, cleansing the brain and connecting to the higher self. And you are much more a viewer, but you are still relating to the body, you are connected to the body, but not in the way you were before. Before you were the intellect or the mind. Now you're just watching these waves of energy crashing through the brain on the shores of consciousness. Consciousness is awakening, and breathe. Just letting those energies release, letting your organs release, letting your brain release. Letting the rectum and pelvic floor relax and release and breathe. Letting your genitalia relax and release. And breathe. You keep letting your neck relax and straighten and heal. Letting everything heal. Deep, deep, profound. Healing from the other side. And breathe. We're going to come back in about a minute, just letting those energies rush through you. And breathe. Let everything relax. And breathe. Allow yourself to connect with the earth, with the divine realms, with your being, and breathe. And sending a thank you to the earth, a thank you to the higher self and beneficial energies, and also thanking yourself for joining in. Letting the energies go off for love and healing to the earth, for love and healing to the higher self and the beneficial energies, and allowing yourself to be loved and healed. And when you feel ready, gently allowing yourself to come back. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to go into that in more depth, where we work with all of the organs separately, including the genitalia, well, especially the genitalia and pelvic floor, all the areas of the genitalia, pelvic floor, rectum, pelvis, they all have different energy systems that relate to the brain in different ways. We work with the brain directly, we work with everything, all of the organs, the whole digestion, the muscles, the bones, the energy points, the spine, the kundalini, how this all interfaces with the brain, our conscious connection to the brain and divine realms, and how all of these different maps connect and take us just so deeply into the beyond, so deeply eradicates the mind and takes us somewhere else, to that indescribable beyond the beyond. I'm not sure whether I'm saying it accurately, but Gate, Gate, forever gone, that place. So that is there, deep, profound, you won't be the same healing webinar series. On my website, there's a link in the description below. Please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Very beneficial for you, beneficial for me, but if you subscribe, there's hundreds of videos and such like meditations free of charge on YouTube. And you can come to these more advanced webinars where very deep, profound healing webinars. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoy holographic breathing, practice it. You play this meditation over and over. Each time it will be different. Each time it will take you deeper. Each time it will take you somewhere new. Enjoy. Heal your digestion. Heal your organs. Stay young. Stay healthy. All right, enough for today. I'll see you next time. You enjoy.